Have you ever thought about updating your lease agreements for either cropland or livestock for 2021? Well, now is the time. Hello, welcome to the Post Rock Extension District. I'm Sandra Wick, the crop production agent with K-State Research Extension and the Post Rock District. About 50% of the farmland is actually rented, so whether that be cropland or pasture land, and that amount is actually increasing around the state of Kansas. This is the 9th year that the Post Rock District has conducted a leasing arrangement survey, and we would like to thank all the respondents for filling out the survey and helping us provide information to the North Central producers and to other producers across the state. Our survey actually contains 4 components. Those include cropland, pasture land, crop residue, and hunting. The survey was conducted by either email or actually mailing out the paper copies. We randomly selected between 75 to 85 tenants or landowners in each of our counties of Jewell, Lincoln, Mitchell, Osborne, or Smith counties to obtain a representative sampling across our district. Our return rate for the 2020 leasing survey ranged from 17% up to 36%, so we are very pleased with that return rate. So let's start with the average data from the Post Rock District on the crop side, specifically the cash rental rates. So if you are wanting any of the specific information that I'm about to mention, simply go to our website, and all the summary reports from each of the counties along with our Post Rock District summary report will be posted on the crops page on the left-hand side in that tab, and then the drop down for the lease arrangement survey. So the dryland average cash rent was $64 per acre with a range of $20 up to $120. We do have some irrigated data, but only in some counties where there was enough respondents. On the crop share side, which included corn, grain sorghum, soybeans, and wheat, the predominant share was the traditional 1/3, 2/3, with about 75 to 80% of our respondents, with about 20% to 25% with a 40-60 share, or even some 25% or 30% coming into play. So the equitable shares pretty much was up to each of the parties of either the tenant or the landowner. Now let's start with the livestock side, specifically pasture. The average pasture rent from the lease survey for the Post Rock District was $24 per acre, with a range of $17 up to $27 per acre, with a predominant grazing time from May to November. The pasture stocking rate was generally 7 to 8 acres per pair, with a range of 2 acres up to 12 acres per pair, just depending from year to year on the moisture that Mother Nature dropped in those specific areas. Now let's move to the crop residue section of our leasing survey. The average rental rate for crop residue was $9.75 per acre, with a range of $3 up to $20 per acre, just depending on the amount of residue, fencing, or the water availability. Usually, the crop residue was grazed 3 to 4 months, which provides some much needed economic feed for the livestock herd. So that includes the highlights of our leasing survey. As I mentioned earlier, if you want complete copies of each of the county reports along with our Post Rock District summary, simply go to our webpage at www.postrock.ksu.edu. On the left-hand side, go to the Crops tab, and then there'll be a drop-down that says Lease Surveys, and that will include this year along with other previous years that you can also compare that with. Lastly, I'd like to remind you about the lease law, especially if you have an oral lease. Notification for termination is actually 30 days prior to March 1, which is actually January 29th. So that will be coming up here shortly, the end of this month. So the termination date, again, is 30 days prior to March 1st or January 29th. If you had any more questions about leasing surveys or leasing rental rates, please don't hesitate to give us a call at any of our Post Rock Extension District offices in Beloit, Lincoln, Mankato, Osborne, or Smith Center. Also, like us on Facebook. We are also on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And also remember to sign up for our Ag Listserv on the webpage as well, so you'll get notification of any of our educational programs coming up. Again, this has been Sandra Wick, Crop Protection Agent with the Post Rock District, and we will talk to you again out in the field.